You have made a bold choice, a strong decision to defend your autonomy, to take a step back. Maybe you found some solace. Maybe you had to do a lot of healing. Maybe there was an ending, maybe there was a difficult situation, maybe you're still sort of in the middle of it. But in the midst of whatever it is for you, you have found peace. And the realization that maybe there's no hurry. Maybe we can just linger in this moon energy for a while. And I gotta say, I think that's a wise decision because, for one, I think it impacts you for the better in some way. It seems to put you at some kind of an advantage. I think it's just a sense of self-discovery in that way, to be honest. Because maybe you're realizing how much of your vitality, your attention, your time you gave to everyone and everything else except for yourself. You may find a lot of peace in being alone. And this does seem to increase your finances because, or your stability in some way. Maybe your productivity, either in work or finances, or maybe just your personal development. But it's taking time to appreciate yourself. And you're taking a good long look at things. I don't think you're in a hurry to do anything. I think that you want to analyze situations before you proceed forward. You're not trying to dive in without any basis. I do want to take a moment to promote my Patreon. That is where all of the extended versions of these readings go, as well as exclusive content and monthly art prints. And that is a great way to support me as an independent artist and creative. If you want to work with me on a one-on-one level, I do have options for personal readings available in the description below. The Patreon is also available there, as well as artwork and whatever else. So let's look a little bit deeper though. There's maybe sort of a standstill, or two different ways you can look at this, or two people who are looking at this very differently. There is a Three of Cups crossing you though, so there does seem to be harvest, or, you know, keeping focused on the positive. Or maybe someone here is having difficulty. Maybe you're having difficulty. I don't think so though, because it's crossing you. On your mind, there is conflict, but you know, you stand firm as the Emperor. So I think that, again, with this sort of notion of maybe even taking your life a bit more seriously in a different kind of way though. You might be taking a lot more time to be present, to enjoy the moment, to create memories and all of this, right? But you're a lot more serious about who is allowed in that space for you, and how you manage everything else in order to provide that space for yourself. You may have a whole new appreciation for your life, or like certain aspects of your life. So circumstances put you here, by the way. I think you maybe came to this discovery maybe going through situations or circumstances that you didn't really ask for. You kind of got placed here. You know, it's sort of like that divine intervention where it's like, all right, I've been mentioning this quote all week because this has been sort of a reoccurring theme for a lot of readings I've done for people. And it's a Manly P. Hall quote. It says, if man corrects himself, nature won't have to. But it's a good thing that it did, because even through the destruction of it all, or the ups and downs, or what have you, you find yourself at the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, this is a dream come true scenario. You could also very much, you could be receiving financial gain, or there's stability around you somehow. You're kind of exploring your options. And, you know, I think you've kind of gained a clear sense of what you want in your life and where you want to go. And now it's almost like, okay, I have the vision. I'm very settled. I'm very comfortable with this idea. And so it kind of allows you to organically cruise towards that. And also, you may not find, there may not be favor. I feel like, for one, I feel like you're finding a lot more support than you realize you had. And two, you also might come to understand people who are sort of, you know, scowling at you or something like that. That's also a possibility. Let me pull from another deck. Yeah, it's like, so you've been building up this whole stable foundation in some way, and it's interesting because it's like something destroyed that, or something got shook up, and now it's like you're in this full position where you have to make a choice, and you choose this direction that's very focused on your evolution, on doing your best, on healing wounds, or, you know, progressing. It's like you realize that you're in a unique position to progress, and so it would only be your fault if you didn't, right? Because you're the magician. So the magician is fully capable, basically. He has learned to use his tools. He knows how to wield them. So he has to understand, from this infinite potential that is his mind, he has to understand what is it that he wants to create. Because you'll notice he's pre-action right now. He's like revving up. He's got that light channeling through him. He's ready to cast some shit. And in order to do that, he has to know what he's doing, what he wants, you know. And so that's the place you're kind of finding yourself at. You're saying, what do I want? And then you're going to go get it. The Hierophant, maybe a deeper understanding, also higher commitments in your life. It could be education, it could be a relationship, it could be even gaining a platform, because the Hierophant, it does hold a platform. People gather to hear the Hierophant speak because of, you know, the wisdom and the righteousness and such. So begin this new chapter with an open heart, and let your intuition guide you. The Page of Cups is it's never really said about him, but he's very intuitive. I consider him the psychic of the deck. I remember hearing that years ago from another reader that I did a reading for, and it always stuck with me, and it made so much sense to me. So keep that vision clear and open, and yeah. I'm going to take this over to the extended on my Patreon. If you want to join us there, again, that is in the description below. Thank you for joining and watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. That's also very helpful. And I hope you all have a great evening.